Many of you want to reduce screen time, but where do you begin? You might think that block apps all at once in a harsh way will do the trick, but not necessarily. After months of research and development, come to the conclusion that to effectively reduce screen time, you need to understand it first. Some of our activities are related to work or tasks that serve a purpose, making this time productive, where you are an active participant. On the other hand, we have a more personal time, often dedicated to entertainment, known as passive time, where you're just a consumer. However, stopping at this point is a little bit too simplistic. Entertainment time isn't that bad. It's kind of useful for unwinding. But on the other hand, being able to disconnect from work requires control. That's why we created the screen time journaling feature. But what is it? Screen time journaling is a moment for self-reflection about your phone activities. It's a time for you to connect with your activities. The goal is to take a few moments to question what you've done and ensure it made you feel good. Yes, on Jomo we prefer to talk about feelings rather than productivity. For us, it's more important to make sure that you are happy using your phone rather than being its victim. All of this is to find the best balance in your phone use. Let's take a closer look at how it works. To find the screen time journaling feature, go to the Home section. At the top of the screen, you'll see your screen time in various forms. Since everyone cares about different data, we provide more than just hours. The budget. This represents the maximum time you want to spend on your phone. Note that it's purely for reference and won't block your phone once it's used up. Screen time. Hour by hour. This lets you track your activities. You can also see point of interest showing the peaks of usage, associated apps, and moments without screens. Feelings. This reflects your overall feeling about your screen time. It starts empty, but fills up as you journal your experience. Activations. This shows how many times and per hour you unlocked and used your phone. And finally, notifications. This helps you to track in real time the apps and times when your attention was most engaged. Now, let's move to the second part of the screen. You have two sections. Apps list all apps used during the day, along with the time spent on each of them. And activities list all the activities you did on your phone. Note that this part will only fill up as you journal your experience. Let's focus on the apps section for now. If you look closely, you'll see a badge that says Time Well Spent. This is the entry point for the journaling. Tap it to learn more. How do you feel about YouTube usage today? You can answer this by sliding the slider to the left or right. Left means your time was not particularly positive, perhaps even wasted. Right means it was well used and enjoyable. If you have no strong opinion, leave the slider in the middle. Next, associate activities with this app or site to complete your feelings. You don't need to go in detail. Focus on categories like learning new things, if you watch tutorials, or scrolling immensely, if you were just browsing entertaining content. You can automate your response if it's an app you use daily for some activities, like checking emails, messages, or other written tasks. Once you're done, tap the little OK button in the upper right corner. Now, under the relevant app, the badge disappears, replaced by a summary of your feelings. But that's not all. If you go to the Activities section, you see this activity listed along with the associated apps. This allows you to quickly understand that your phone use isn't just about time, it's also about what you've learned. You don't have to categorize all your apps. You can focus on the top 10 most used apps to get a clear picture of your screen time. Don't forget to automate the most repetitive ones to save time. If the activities don't represent you, no worries. You can delete, modifying them, or even add you want. Let me show you how. At the top of the screen, there is a star icon. Tap on it. This is the Screen Time Customization menu. Here, you'll find several options to help you better understand your screen time. Your daily or weekly budget, your time before Jomo, apps to exclude from your screen time, and your most frequent activities. Let's tap Activities. Here, you have the complete list of all activities. The ones already there are automatically added when you install Jomo, but you can delete or customize them. Let's add a new one. To do this, tap the plus button next to Activities. Simply enter the name and its icon, then save. From now on, this new activity will appear as a suggestion in your journaling. Jomo stores this data locally, so you can get an overview of your screen time and understand it better, and potentially reducing it. In the Jomo profile section, you'll find various pieces of information to track your progress. Let's go directly to the second part of the screen. You'll see a card with 3 different visualizations of your screen time. Journal. This is an aggregate of your feelings about your screen time, presenting the main activities. Screen time. This shows you an average screen time on the most used apps. And finally, budget. This indicates how many time you adhere to your budget during the week. Let's focus on the journal part. At the top, you have a percentage breakdown of your feelings about your screen time. It's an average based on the data you entered. Below that, you'll see a list of the main activities you engaged in, along with a percentage breakdown. You can tap on an activity to reveal the apps associated with. The color of the value indicates the category: positive, neutral, or negative. How to interpret and act on this data. If there's an activity with a strongly negative feeling, something might be wrong. You might be devoting too much time and importance to activities that don't make you happy, and apps may be partly responsible. You can go even further by checking the home section to see when during the day you use these apps the most by sliding your finger on the graph or tapping the bubble if Jomo detects heavy usage. Now we know that YouTube troubles me the most. It helps me learn new things, but it also bothers me. For me, the problem mostly occurs in the evening. So, there's only one thing left to do: set up a session to block YouTube in the evening. To learn how to set up a session, I invite you to watch this hours of video. We explain everything in detail. The goal of the screen time journaling in Jomo is to help you to make the most of your screen time and find a healthier balance between what's productive and what is distracting. It allows you to better understand your activities and be more honest about the impact of your phone on your daily life. Implementing restrictions is not useful if you're not sure exactly what's wrong. It's like taking the medicine for the wrong illness. If you still have questions, you can read our App Center articles. You'll find answers to the most frequently asked questions. And if you need assistance, feel free to contact us from the app by going to Profile, Message Bubble, and chat with us. And if you have any improvement ideas, please submit them for voting in our community by going to Profile, Message Bubble, and Feedback Board. We read each of your suggestions. Thank you and take care.